morning, students. Welcome to the class of Merchant of Venice. Today, we all are going to study Act 3, Scene 2 of the play Merchant of Venice. You will be knowing from previous discussion or the previous class how Prince of Aragon, Prince of Morocco have come and participated in the lottery of casket, and what was Portia's reaction regarding all these choices, or what she felt about these suitors who have come to participate in the lottery of casket. In Act 3, Scene 2, which is in Belmont, a room in Portia's palace, characters will be Bassanio, Portia, Graciano, Nerissa and other attendants are present in the scene, and how Portia's feeling will be expressed and how Bassanio expresses his likings for Portia and what choice he makes in the lottery of casket. We will also come to know about the development of the plot in this scene, and somewhat we will be able to reach at the climax of the play. Now, when the scene begins, Portia says, "I pray you, tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company, therefore forbear a while. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you, and you yourself know." Let's understand these lines. Portia says to Bassanio that I request you, I pray you, pause a day or two, wait for a day or two before you go to risk or before you take the lottery of casket, before you make the choice of the casket. Because if in hurry you choose wrong, I will lose your company, I will be losing your friendship. Therefore, forbear a while. Therefore, I request you to please wait for some time before you make the choice. There's something tells me, she just says, she expresses her feeling. She says that there is something within me which is telling me. She pauses, understand the line. She pauses there for a while and then says, but it is not love. Okay, she just speaks up her heart and says that there is something within me. She's not clear about her feelings. She says, it is not love. I would not lose you, and you know yourself. She does not want to lose Bassanio. If he at all in a hurry goes and makes the choice and leaves, departs, then it will be a loss for her. So she says that I don't want to lose you. Hate counsels not in such a quality. She justifies that. First she said that it is not love, but it is not hate also, because hate does not ask a person to make the other person stop. But least you should not understand me well. She says that she wants Bassanio to understand her, to know her well before he makes the choice of casket. But least you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden hath no tongue, but thought. I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. Portia just expresses her feeling. She says that she's a young girl, she's a maiden, and she cannot speak up her heart openly. It's only in her thought that she thinks. She just wishes to stop Bassanio for a month or two before he goes on for making the choice of the casket or going to choose the casket. I could teach you how to choose right, but then I am forsworn. She just says to Bassanio that she would have taught Bassanio to how he could have made the correct choice of the casket. But she just says that she cannot because she has been forsworn. Forsworn means that she has been limited, or she has been asked or restricted or limited by her father's will. So will I never be. So she will never be able to express her feelings. So she may miss Bassanio. But if you do, you will make me wish a sin that I had been foreseen. She just says that in that case, she will make a sin, she will commit a mistake, and she will break the promise, and she will teach Bassanio to make the correct choice of casket. And further on, she says to Bassanio, "Burst you your eyes. They have overlooked me and divided me. One half of me is yours, the other half yours, mine own. I would say, but if mine, then yours, and so all yours." Children, see the expression of her feelings. She has given out her emotions in these lines. She just expresses her desire. She just says, "The way you look at me, Bassanio, you have divided me. One half of mine has become yours, and the other half also." That clearly means that she is expressing her liking for Bassanio. She says that she is completely of Bassanio's. And she further on says that I am completely yours. Prove it so. She says, just prove it that I am yours. Let fortune go to hell for it. She says that let luck be wherever it has to go. Not I. She's saying that not me should be responsible for it. I speak too long. She just says that I have spoken such lengthy things. I have spoken for a quite long period of time. But it's to please the time. It's to ache the time. It is to pass the time. And to draw it out of length, just to stretch it. She just wants to spend some time with Bassanio, and she says that that's why I was just going on speaking so that we get more time to talk, to stay you from election, so that she can delay Bassanio from making his choice. Okay, I hope this part is clear. Moving on to Bassanio just says, "Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack." Bassanio just says that let me make the choice of the casket, because there is a sort of my present condition. I am in agony. I am in some pain. Okay, Portia just says upon the rack. What is that pain? If you are in agony, Bassanio, then confess. She just says that speak up, Bassanio. What is that is troubling you? What derision there is mingled with your love? She just says that tell me, speak up, Bassanio, that what disloyalty is associated with your love? What connection is there with your love to me, Bassanio? None but the ugly derision of mistrust. Bassanio just says that there is a sort of agony, there is a sort of pain, that uneasiness. He is doubtful about something, and which makes me fear enjoying of my love. He fears, he says that I am fearful, that how would I be able to enjoy my love in this situation. There is a doubt, there is a feeling of uncertainty that is troubling him. There may as well be amity in life between snow and fire as derision and my love. As we all know that there cannot be any friendship between snow and fire. And in the same way, Bassanio just says that there cannot be friendship between snow and fire, and so there cannot be any relationship between disloyalty and my love for you. The moment there is disloyalty, we all know this fact, that we talk about the word, no? In Hindi we use the word Vishwas. That is the thing he is talking about. When there is disloyalty in love, the day the love finishes. So there is a feeling within, that uncertain feeling in the heart of Bassanio, that there is something which is troubling, and that is loyalty, disloyalty, and his love. You will be able to connect it with an intense thought to it. Moving on to Portia just says, "Ay, but I fear you speak upon the rack, where men enforced to do speak anything." Portia says here that it is the pain, or it is the pressure, or it is the feeling of uncertainty, uneasiness in Bassanio, which is making him speak in such a way. Portia just makes out this from his discussion or what Bassanio has spoken. She just says that it is in pain that you are speaking anything. People know when they are in pain, they speak, confess anything. They are compelled to do so. Bassanio, promise me life and I will confess the truth. Bassanio just says to Portia that you promise me to give life, I will just speak up what is in my heart. Portia says, well, then confess and live. Portia just says that you can confess and you can live as you want to. Bassanio just says, confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. He just says that these two words, confess and love, is the basis of my confession. It's the only thing that I want to say. Oh, happy torment, when my torturer doth teach me answers for deliverance. He says that, oh, happy torturer. He just called Portia so, and he says that here my torturer is, the tormentor is trying to teach me the answers which would save me, which will protect me. But let me to my fortune and the casket. But he says that I don't want to learn anything. He just says that let his fortune, let his luck decide what he wants and what is held for him in future. Let it be so. Portia just says that curtain draw from before the casket. She asks her attendants to remove the curtains from before the casket. We already know the lottery of casket, gold, silver and lead, which was devised by Portia's deceased father. Whosoever wanted to win Portia needs to choose the correct casket containing Portia's portrait. We all know this. So, Bassanio now is the suitor who is allowed to make the choice of casket by Portia. He has come to woo Portia, he has come to win Portia. Let's see what are the things going to take place. Portia just says to Bassanio, away then, go ahead then. I'm locked in one of them. Understand this line. I'm locked in one of them. Portia does not say that my portrait is locked in one of them. Here again we get the justification of her heart's desire. She just says that I myself, my whole love, my whole feelings is locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. She says that if at all your love for me is true, you will be able to make the correct choice. You will be able to make it out. Nerissa and the rest, she just gives a command. Nerissa and rest stand all aloof. She just asks everyone to stand aside. Let music sound. She just says, let music be played while Bassanio is making his choice. Okay, there was a sound of music to be played when Bassanio is going to make the choice of the casket. Then if he lose, he makes a swan-like end, paid in music, that the comparison may stand more proper. My eye shall be the stream and watery deathbed for him. Okay, here you need to understand. The Elizabethans believed, okay, that the swan before dying produces music, and that is the most melodious tone produced by a swan before its death. So here Portia is comparing that sound which she is playing for Bassanio while he is making the choice to be the sound of melody sung by a swan. If at all Bassanio loses in the choice of the casket, that sound of that music will be like the sound of a swan before its death. And Portia's eyes will be like that stream in which the swan dies. And there the hope, the love of Bassanio will die in Portia's eyes, which will be filled with tears. Is it clear? Moving on, she again says, he may win. There is a possibility that he might win in the choice of casket. And if at all he wins, then music will be what? Then music is even as the flourish when two subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. There will be a celebration. It will be like a gala atmosphere. When the monarch has been crowned, when the monarch has been given the dignity of being a monarch. That same sound will be like an applaud of happiness, where Bassanio will be winning Portia, such as those ducklet sound in the break of day that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. Again, there is a comparison. It will be like a melodious sounds which reach the dreaming bridegroom ear at the daybreak to call him for his marriage. Again, here one tradition is connected, that in the Western countries, on the day of marriage, there is a sound being played for the bridegroom to summon him, that it is a special day for you and you are the bride of the day and you're going to get married. So in the similar way, that sound will be. That is the comparison made. There's two comparisons which you have to observe, that what will happen if Bassanio loses and what will be the same sound when he wins. Moving ahead, with no less presence, now he goes. Who goes? Bassanio goes. With no less presence, he is very, in a very handsome manner. Okay, he is moving to make the choice. Than young Alcides. He has been compared here to Alcides. We have already known who Alcides is. Alcides over here is referred to Hercules, and he was a Greek superhero. So again here it is said that Bassanio is going like Alcides, when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. Now again there is a story associated with Hercules was asked by the king of Troy to save his daughter Hesione from the sea monster, and he very proudly went and fought with the sea monster and won Hesione back from him, and he was promised that he will be given horses in lieu of that, and he won that. But here the situation has been changed a bit. Bassanio over here is compared to Alcides, but when he will be winning Portia, a lottery of casket, he will be winning Portia. So I stand for sacrifice. Here Portia says that she is standing for sacrifice. The rest aloof are the Dardanian wives, and the rest of the people, Nerissa and all the other attendants who are standing there, are like the Trojan woman with bleared visages. Their faces are covered with tears, and they are like their faces they are all waiting for the outcome. What will be the result of the thing, of the exploit that is going to take place? Go Hercules, Portia says to Bassanio in the other way. Go Bassanio, live thou, I live. If you live, if at all you are winning in the lottery of casket, I will be the most happiest person. I live with much more dismay. He just says that I will watch the whole of the thing with much more anxiety, with much more happiness than you. Thou that makest the fray, who is going to participate in it. And the music was being played. I'm not going to explain you the music, just I'll read it and you try to understand. Tell me, where is fancy bred? Tell me where love is born, or is in the heart or in the head. All of us know, first we need to look at somebody to fall in love, and this is the lines, that love begins in the eyes and it dies in the head. How begot, how nourished, how this love develops, how we are providing nourishment to this love. Reply. It is endangered in the eyes, with gazing fed. You all know very well, you are in the age group having crushes and things like that, and you say that you want to look at your beloved and you feel a soothing effect. Similar thing is said here, that when love develops, when you have love as a feeling, you want to see the partner and it satisfies you. It is the nourishment. It just said, it is in the lines it is said that it with gazing fed. Gazing means when you look at someone, you feel satisfied. And fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. And finally, it begins from the heart, it goes in the head and back again in the eyes, and everything is over. Same thing, it fades in the eyes where it was born, and finally it dries up. Let us all ring fancy seasonal. It just says, let us all play the bell. Let us all play the bell. Ding dong bell, ding dong bell. This was the music which was played in the background when Bassanio has come to make the choice. Now, we will be seeing one of the most important aspects of the play, appearance and reality. And it is considered to be one of the most important part of the play, where Bassanio has talked about reality, in which society we live and how this reality affects every one of us. This is the practical things that you will be experiencing in these lines. As I will explain it to you, just try to connect with your surroundings and you will feel that yes, what he has spoken is true. Bassanio just says, so may the outward shows be least themselves. External show has no real value. Anything, no, externally which looks very magnificent, very beautiful, in reality, it has no value. The world is still deceived with ornament. The reality is, when we see something externally, it has no value, but the whole world is cheated by the outer appearance of thing. They just get deceived. When we see something, something very attractive, okay, we just fall for it. In law, what please so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with gracious voice obscures the show of evil. Bassanio has given the example of a law court. Just create an image of a law court in front of you. What happens? A criminal is presented there. Okay, he might have killed 2-3 people. But if he had hired a good lawyer and he's so eloquent, so versatile, so expressive in his presentation of the case, he can make a criminal clean. Isn't it? It happens. It's a common thing. And how he was able to win it? It was just with the adoration. It was just by the eloquence of his oratory. He has been able to take the criminal out from a severe crime. So, again, the world is deceived by outer appearance, outer expression, eloquence. The second example which he gives is, in religion, what damned error, but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. Now again, how we are able to conceal, how we are able to hide anything in the religious matter. A priest looking like man, very pious, very religious, will even commit a grave error and justify what he is doing by quoting from the scriptures. And if someone comes and quotes from the scriptures, we find that person to be authentic. Same thing happens in the religious matter. He just expresses it and it comes, thus hiding the evil under sacred word. Even the evil, the most evil thing is hidden, is kept sacred by the words. Got it? 2 examples. In the law court, what happens? What happens in religious matter? We are deceived. How we are deceived has been explained. Okay, moving on. There is no wise so simple but assume some mark of virtue on his outward parts. How many cowards whose hearts are all as false as tails of sand, wear yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars, who inward search have livers white as milk. Okay, here even the most simple mistake, even the most simple vice have certain resemblance of virtue, has certain truth in it. How many cowards? Many people who are very coward from heart. You all know what is the meaning of coward, that poke. Okay, still when you look at those people, they will be having a great beard and they will be muscular physically. You will feel that he's the strongest person and you will compare him to the mighty person. You can compare him to Hercules. And when you search them inwardly, okay, when they are internally searched, they are not as strong as they appear to be. Again, appearance, reality, and they are compared to stairway of sand. Okay, the moment you go on to the stairs, no, it just goes down. Just from far away it is a stair, and once you kept your feet on it, it vanishes in the similar way. And when such people know, when they are examined closely, or you go closer to them and you know about many aspects of them, you will find that their livers are as white as milk. It's of no strength. And these assume but whalers' excrement to render them redoubted. And what all this physical appearance was meant for? It was only to put up or put a show of courage to make them seem hard to deal with. It will be very difficult when people will look at them and they will be afraid that, oh, that person who is looking like Hercules, so strong, he will box me up, I'll fall down. Things like that, no, he's so strong, but inwardly he is a coward. He does not have that strength, but still it seems very hard when you look at that person to deal with. And it's all done to make them feel doubted. Now, moving on to the most interesting part of it. Look on beauty, and you shall see it's purchased by weight. When we closely look on something which is beautiful, exciting, okay, for you to give an example, when you see a girl, no, flaunting hairs, looking very sleek, thin, with beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, beautiful expression, do you know from where all those beauty has come? It has been purchased from the chemist shop in a form of weight. All your L'Oreal, Paris, what not, no? So many beauty products, Lakme. I'm not talking about that, but still try to understand. When you will go, you will see 50 grams of Pond's whitening cream. All these things, and they in lieu acts as miracle. But once a water is poured on the face, you just come to know about what is reality. So here Bassanio says that look on beauty, and you shall see it's purchased by the weight, which therein works a miracle in nature, making them lightest that wear most of it. Understand it? Beauty which is looking very attractive, okay, are making the person who is putting on that to be light. Light has two meanings. One light is glowing light, and the other is light when we talk about character. Character, when we talk about, you know, who are the people who apply a lot of things in order to attract the other people, and in what direction the word character has been used here. It's just to allure or attract the opposite gender, and then we speak about that character, and that makes them lighter in their character, who put on more. So are those crisp, snaky golden locks which make such wanton gambols when okay, first attraction, Bollywood movies, no? What is the thing to attract? The fan circulating and the air blowing the hair, and the fellow standing will be attracted and fascinated. In the similar way, it is said that to attract those curly golden hair locks, play the gambols when it's playing, it's floating in the wind. Upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of second head, we will laugh at it, but during Shakespearean time or the Elizabethan time, people used to wear wigs, and those wigs actually was made from the corpse, the dead bodies. It was taken from the dead body of the other people, and they used to take this in their head. So it is just said that those artificial hair or the wigs which are playing wanton gambols with the wind to attract people actually is taken as a dowry. It has been taken from someone else's head, and whose dead body is lying in the spectre. Thus ornament is but the glided show to the most dangerous sea. So ornamentation, decoration is just like a glided sea. What happens when you go to a seashore? All of a sudden the wave will come and it will take you off, and you will not be able to realize the reality of the thing. Such the beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty, in a word, the seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. Even the Indian beauty, they veil, they cover their face, no, in order to hide, and when it is removed, the reality is shown. Therefore, understand this. So Bassanio moves to the gold casket, and therefore he says, therefore gaudy gold, oh attractive gold, hard food for Midas. I suppose all of you know the childhood story of Midas. He had prayed to an angel of Apollo, and he was blessed that whatever he will touch will turn into gold. And even the food which he took, even his daughter turned into gold. So he was very upset, and finally he prayed again so that everything should come to normalcy. So here Bassanio is taking the example of Midas. He is taking, oh gaudy gold, oh attractive gold, you were not even able to feed the hunger of Midas. I will none of thee. I'm not going to make the choice of yours. I'm going to leave you. So Bassanio leaves the gold casket aside. Then moves to the silver. He says, nor none of thee. I'm not going to choose you also. Thou pale and common drudge. You are just pale, unattractive. You are a common metal. But you have been an issue between man and man, a cause of fight between man and man. Because that time it was exchange of money. It was a form of that. And so he says that I'm not going to choose you also. But thou meager lead. He just goes to the lead casket and says that, oh, unattractive, pale, disliked metal, lead, which is very threatening. We all know that what was written on the lead casket. Although the inscription written on it was threatening, then dost promise out. You are not promising anything, but you are just giving a warning, threatening. The paleness on the lead casket, that unattractiveness, moves me more than eloquence. Bassanio, he just says that he does not want any eloquent words. It's just the paleness of the lead which attracts him more than the words. And here choose I. Let joy be the consequences. And finally he says that I am finally making my choice, and let there be happiness. And happiness should be the result of my choice. I hope this session will be helpful for you. I have just taught you a part of it, and if at all you will like it, I will be moving ahead with the lesson. Thank you.